Looks like we're live. Welcome back to day 21 of Vibe Coding an App Until I Make $1 Million. Today we've got a lot planned. We're going to be continuing to work on View Creator. And View Creator is a project that we started working on in our last stream. And the reason that we're working on View Creator is because at Bridgemind, we're going to have a lot of different products that we're scaling. And one big thing in scaling any project is sometimes it's less about the quality of your product, and it's more about how many people you actually get to use your product. So that being said, what we're working on is an AI platform that is going to allow us to be able to create social media marketing campaigns at scale. So here's what we were working on in the last stream. I've worked on it a little bit off stream. We still have quite a little bit of work to do. The styling doesn't look great. I think it's super zoomed in right now. Here's 100%. But pretty much the gist of it is that you're able to create images and eventually video. And what we're trying to do is we're trying to initially start out with the functionality just to create standardized images and videos with prompts. So very basic integration. But what we're going to do is we're going to take it a step further, and we're going to take it a step further by making it so that we have pre-built templates. So let's say that you want social media content of food where you actually want to, what's up J35? How's it going? Welcome back to the stream. Make sure you like the stream. Me going for a couple hours today. You know, I think that this is going to be a complete game changer because if we have, let's say, multiple apps, which we will. Right now we have GoalPost live on the App Store, but we're going to start branching into some other categories. And we actually have the Bridgemind.ai platform, which is launching as well. So that's going to be another revenue driver for us. And I think it's going to be a pretty big deal. So give me 1 second. I need to send something out in the Discord. But let's see here. But yeah, so I'm really excited about this project because, you know, let's go back 2 years. The image generators were not that good. You had like, what was it? It was DALL-E, you know, DALL-E from ChatGPT. And DALL-E was just essentially, you know, I would say pretty much the most basic that you could get. You know, you had... What's up, Guitar Dan? Yeah, I'm coding right now. Been good. Welcome back. So pretty much what we need to do is we need to get this actual image generation functionality working first. And then what we need to do is we need to make it so that we actually have pre-built templates. And I'll show you guys an example of what this is going to look like. But right now, let's say I want to create a social media post of a hyper realistic image of pancakes with syrup dripping down. So I want to show you guys just an example so I can then do a text overlay, and my text overlay is going to be pancakes and syrup. It's gonna be an image, and then you can set your size, and then let's just keep it square. And then, oh, my bad. I was developing on my MacBook, and I haven't actually yet cloned into the API. So I did set up an API yesterday, and the reason I did that is because if you'll remember from Thursday's stream, we initially set up a Next.js project, and just to get some of the initial functionality working, what we were doing is we were just we're getting it so that I think it's View Creator. I need to change some things around real quick on my end, just make sure that all this is set up correctly. Yeah. Give me 1 sec, guys. Sorry. All right. I just have like 2 files. I need to change this to view creator UI. And then this. Okay. All right, 1 second. All right, there we go. Okay, so now if we cd out, cd view creator. So you guys will see if we do an ls, you just have view creator UI. And now what we're gonna do is we're just gonna clone our Git repo. So now we do an ls, we have our API and our UI. So the API is a Nest project, and the UI is Next. This is not needed. Okay, so that looks good. And then I need to set up my env. Oops, not env, env. Let's do that. Give me 1 second. Gotta take the MacBook out, copy and paste my environment variables over. Something about Mac that's great. I don't know if you guys know this, but pretty much you can, if you have like a MacBook. So I have a MacBook, and then I also have a Mac Studio. It's a Mac Studio M3 Ultra is the chip that I have. So it's got like 96 gigs of RAM, which is great. And it's great for everything that I do, from streaming to actual product development. Great for that. But something that's cool is that I can just copy something on like my MacBook here, and I can just paste it over to my M3 Ultra, which is really nice. Apple really thinks of everything. Okay, so the reason that that was failing is because we had essentially our UI was talking to our, it was trying to go into, sorry, 1 second, guys. I've got another env I need to copy for the front end now, just to make sure that we configure the front end to talk to the API correctly. This is just here. You guys can see this one actually. So this is how you connect to the API for all of you that are unfamiliar with it. So pretty much what you do is you just have an environment variable in your project, and it's called next public API URL in this case, and that connects to the port that the API is running on. J35 said, okay, I can help you with this project. Search for FAL AI. You can get all image gen, video gen, AI API there. Okay, so it basically like connects all of them. That's a good one. Seems like you are hitting the gym every day. Yeah, I hit the gym frequently, and I do triathlon training. So I'm a super big believer in fitness. Not to flex or anything, but just part of who I am. I have a triathlon tomorrow where I'll be doing a 1,500 meter swim, a 25-mile bike ride, and then a 6.2-mile run. So gonna be a challenge, but I really like it, so it's gonna be cool. If you guys haven't already liked and subscribed, make sure you do so. I'm gonna be streaming for about 4 hours today, maybe even longer, depending on how the stream goes. Usually the Saturday streams are the best. I think we had like 70 watchers last stream. So if you guys could support by just hitting the like button, be super helpful. Also, let me know what you're up to in chat. How's everybody doing? Don't just lurk on stream, participate. All right, so now if we go over and we cd into view creator UI, we'll be able to run this project. I may still be running that port still. Let's see, doesn't look like it, so that's good. Now over here, view creator API, go to the API, and then actually I think we're gonna need to run an npm install first. Yeah, do npm install because we just cloned it. Yeah, let's get in here. Npm run start dev. All right. Okay, yeah. So like I said, again, we started working on this on it was on Thursday. Yeah, Thursday. So 2 days ago, we just built a basic home page, and then we got started with this prototype page. And right now, I'm not a huge fan of the design of it, but really what we were just trying to do is to get some initial functionality working. So back to our initial example, a pancake plate, a plate of pancakes with syrup dripping down them, hyper-realistic, crumbs, and makes my mouth water. Makes my mouth water. Syrup and pancakes. Alright. So then you can do, photorealistic. So this should work, yep. So it goes off, you click create your content, and then over here on the right side is where that image is going to populate. So syrup and pancakes, and you can do instant edit, and it kind of pulls it up. And you guys can see, it's looks pretty realistic. This is not your dolly that you had just a couple years ago. This is a pretty interesting realism to this, for sure. So the goal is to be able to create different project templates so that you can actually do marketing campaigns at scale. So let's say that you have a product that's in the food category. Well, you can create a bunch of different social media accounts related to food content that you can just do all AI generated and pictures of food, and people that are watching, they don't know that it's AI generated because most of the images are so realistic now. And it's like, oh, it may or may not be, but look at this. Like, this is a picture that would come out of like a photographic studio, blurred background, syrup coming in from the top, dripping down the pancakes. I mean, it's pretty realistic now. So we have a nice little editor here. It looks like it's got a couple bugs in it. But yeah, so that's what we're going to be working on. So let's just open up our AI pane and get to work. All right. I'm going to use Claude 4 Sonnet for a bit. And the first thing that I want to do is I actually just want to restyle this. I just don't like the styling that much. Alright, so if you open pages, and then this prototype page. But the prototype page, if you look at it, it's actually got a lot of subcomponents, a lot of them. And I want to make it just more compact. Ahmed said, have you tried Codex VS Code extension? I have not. I'm sticking to Cursor. Take a look at the styling of the prototype page. Right now, I'm not a huge fan of the styling. It needs a lot of changes. For one, right now, it's a little bit too bulky and big. I need the page to be more modern and compact with small, compact, concise buttons that all have the same theme. And I need to be able to actually see all of the controls inside of one viewport. So take a look at this and help me completely rebuild the styling from scratch. DDG, what's up? How's it going? Good to see you. If you guys are just joining now, make sure you like the stream. We're gonna be going for a couple hours. I have a feeling that this stream's gonna pop off, so hang around. It's gonna be a good one. All right, so here we have our syrup and pancakes. The buttons are all just way not, like none of them match any theme. They have no theme, basically. So I don't like that, but I don't think that video works yet. But pretty much my plan is that, hey, initially what we want to do is we just want to get the basic functionality working. And to me, the basic functionality for now is creating just an ability to be able to prompt AI to create images. And then what we're going to do is we're actually going to think through templates that we can create. So we're going to essentially create pre-built, not necessarily models, but like we'll have API routes, or we could even have separate tables in our database where it has like essentially a prompt column, and where it prompts it with like examples of what kind of content you want out of it. And it does certain things that build like the content type that you want, right? So that you're able to actually recreate and replicate a bunch of different social media content very, very easily. So that's what we're trying to do, because in order to market some of the projects that we're working on, we need a way that we're going to be able to scale up content creation. And right now, there's not a ton of great options on the market, because if you guys understand the world of AI, image gen and video gen, things are really evolving in this particular space of AI very rapidly. So the image generators are getting better, the video generators are getting better, and what I want to do is I actually want to start working with this, because it's essentially like the next field of AI. It's like I said earlier, rewind 2 years, and DALL-E 2 was not creating images like this. DALL-E was creating kind of like garbage, graphic images. So we've come a long way very fast, and I think that if you say, hey, it's how much better is it really going to get? I think that we're actually going to be pretty surprised at how much better it does end up getting. So just my 2 cents. What do you guys think? J35 said, instead of making it a generic image generating tool, why not make it specifically to generate content for ad campaigns and media buyers? That's exactly what I'm thinking. So, like I said, right now we're just kind of playing around, because I've never actually worked with AI image generation before in my own project. Obviously, I've worked with it inside of ChatGPT and whatnot, but not inside of something like this, inside of my own tool. So right now I'm just kind of getting used to the limitations of it. Like in today's stream, I want to try and see if I can actually pass in my own images for, let's say I like the look of a particular image. I want to test to see, hey, can we pass in our own image via API, like a PNG or a JPEG, and actually get something that looks similar out of it? So there's just certain things that we're going to be testing today, and that's one of them. Now take a look not at the layout, but the actual prototype page. Please update it so that it spans the width of the page and isn't inside of its own container. It should actually be full width, no borders, no padding. And it also, I hate all the buttons on it with instant edit, download PMG, copy prompt. Right now, the buttons need to be changed in their styling to be simple and styled the same instead of being so, basically, they just are not very professional. So take a look at how this is styled and completely rebuild it. Monheim said, today you are early. Yeah, I couldn't wait to get started today. I was, it's a Saturday, feeling good today. Hope you guys are all doing good. So we're gonna get this working, and then we're essentially gonna build a page that's gonna be it's essentially gonna be like a templates page, right? And it's gonna be a template of hey, what kind of social media content do you wanna generate? For some reason, AI's been really struggling on this results panel. It doesn't understand. I just don't like how it's styled. J35 said, if it actually works, that would be great, because I really need a good ad image gen to work with my marketing AI tool that takes budget from user, does research, divides it into different marketing channels, and then run the campaigns. Yeah, I think that this is going to be a really big up-and-coming space, because, like I said, it's just the tools, the quality of the images and the video is getting a lot better, and there's going to be a point where it breaks through. I think that yes, there's going to be a slow, it's slowly going to get better and better for sure. But when are we going to get to the point where it actually is just photorealistic, and it doesn't make sense to not? When will it not make sense to customize stock images for content inside of Canva? And when will it make sense to only use AI for some of your content generation purposes? And I think that's really interesting to think about. Monheim said, it's a new project or just with GoalPost. So yeah, so we're going to use this with GoalPost to be able to market GoalPost. We're going to be able to use this to market Bridgemind. And then we're also going to be working on a new app. And that new app, we're going to use this for the marketing campaigns. So this is going to be like a really good internal tool to start with. So some of the things I'm going to be building are going to be for internal purposes only. So I'm not necessarily thinking first of like, hey, how can I market this project and make a bunch of money off of this project? I'm more so thinking, hey, how can I actually build a tool that I personally would get a ton of use out of? So I don't know if that makes sense to everybody, but that's really what we're going for here. I don't like these drop downs. I'm not a fan of these bulky buttons for the drop downs in the sidebar. Please remove these and come up with different styling for it that is more modern and pleasing to the eye. Go Zoop, what's up? How's it going? All right, that looks better. Yeah. GoZoop asks, so are you on to your next product now? This is another project. We're not moving completely on from GoalPost. The reason that we're working on this is because we need a way where we're going to be able to handle the marketing strategies for the different projects and products that we have at Bridgemind. So one of our products is GoalPost, and another product is the Bridgemind AI Academy. And we're going to need ways to be able to do the marketing campaigns for these. And if you're going to have multiple products, you need a way to actually do the marketing campaigns at scale. So what we're doing is we're creating a way for us to do that. So we're creating this tool that's going to help us internally initially, but then we're actually going to release it to the public. So all right, so right now, essentially all we have is a way to prompt the AI and it gives us one image in return. We need to start thinking about a way to actually like handle conversations. So let's just think for a second, trying to think through the best way to do this. Because this is more of like a customized way. Let's jump into make view creator text at the top in the layout, not text, but actually the logo. It should link back to the home page when clicked. J35 said, can I send you screenshots of a social media app I am building just to learn and you can tell me how it looks? If so, where should I send? J35, do you have Discord? Because I would join. I'm pretty responsive in Discord DMs, and we have a Discord, links in the description. All right, so now I click here. Yep. All right, let's go here. So the next thing that I want to do is actually create a templates page. Please now help me create a new templates page. And on this page, there will be templates that users can browse, and the templates are essentially pre-built packages of different trained AI models that will generate a specific looking social media piece of social media content. So please create the templates page, and then for now, just add some placeholder content for each template so they can actually see what's generated from that template. Rovidex, what's up? How's it going? Good morning. GoZoop asks, is the whole revenue currently coming from GoalPost? No, revenue is now coming in from Bridgemind AI and GoalPost. We're just starting to get these scaled up, so I expect revenue to stay low for about another 10 days, but then I expect us to start to really gain some traction, because right now we've only been doing some beta users for Bridgemind, so it's kind of like limited use. I don't even think you can actually sign up for the Bridgemind beta right now because we're all maxed out. But we got revenue coming in from Bridgemind.ai, and now we've got revenue coming in from GoalPost, and we're going to get revenue coming in from ViewCreator as well. So, all right, templates. I want to see, do we have a routes.ts file? No. So I hate having to hard code routes. Please take a look at this new file, routes.ts. I want to turn this into basically an object that can be imported into pages so that we can use dynamic routing instead of having to hard code inside of pages routes to each page themselves. I just want to manage the routes in this file and then import the routes.ts object file into page files and be able to use the objects, so there's only one source, single source of truth. All right. So I like to have, I like to have a routes.ts file, and the reason that you have a routes.ts file, and I'm going to open up my terminal real quick here, and I'm going to pull up, let's do Bridgemind. All right, so in Bridgemind, for example, this is the Bridgemind product. If you go down to Bridgemind UI in the source directory, there's this routes directory, and this is what it looks like when you actually have a website that has like a ton of different pages. And the reason that you do this is so that instead of having to change, like let's say that you have a path that ends up getting changed, it's not great to have to go through all of your pages where, you know, this hard-coded path appears. Instead, you just want to have an object, routes, that has all these defined variables that you can then import, so that if you ever need to change all the associated routes with a single route, you can just change it here in this file instead of having to change it in a bunch of different places. Here is an example from another project of what a completed routes.ts file looks like. But for us right now, we only have 3 pages, so please just create the simple routes.ts file for it. Noah Stumler, what's up? How's it going? NS in the house. If you guys are watching and haven't already liked and subscribed, make sure you do so. We're going to be going for a couple hours today. All right, perfect. So got our home prototype templates pages. Let's create a 404 page. Please create a basic 404 page and make sure that it imports and uses the website layout. Make it have cool animations and be modern. Let's do that. All right, J35, I'll check it out. Templates. Let's see here. So now if we go to view templates, let's just go to the page here. So templates. So here's essentially what we're coming up with. So what these templates are going to be is it's essentially going to be like pre-built conversations that are prompted to generate a specific product. So let's say that you have an app that is based for productivity, let's say. Well, the goal is that we want to create essentially a template that can be used to produce content that will engage users that will be interested in goal setting or productivity. So we're going to be thinking about how to actually do that, but for right now, we're just kind of leaning into it. We're getting started. Rovidex asked, do you have to pay for it to generate? Yes, you do. I think it's like 4 cents per image, and it's like $15 per million tokens, something like that. Let's look it up. How much does it cost to use the new Gemini 2.5 Flash Nano Banana model for image generation? What are the pricing? All right. I've been really starting to like the Instant more, the GPT-5 Instant. All right, so it says cost per image. Yep, 4 cents about, and then $30 per 1 million input tokens. Okay. So what I'm thinking is that, hey, could we create something where, you know, it's able to take in images. Cool. All right, 404. All right, cool. Add the templates route in the nav bar. Robodex says, do we have to put the new API key in, or do we only have an API key set up? We already have an API key set up in the API. Robodex, how's Appsy going? All right, so features, templates. All right, so templates. On the templates page, I want to use the website layout still. All right. Going amazing? Good. Yeah, the AI models do love purple. I just turned the music up a little bit. Let me know if this is too loud, guys. All right. All right, so I'm removing the prototype layout. Don't want to use that. There's 6. No, I'm not using GPT-5 right now. Sometimes a little bit slow. All right, templates. All right. So let's get started on our first template. Something that we need to find out which is a big question, is with Nano Banana, are we able to pass in images? So that's one thing that I want to find out real quick. So let's go over here. And let's actually, I want to switch over to GPT-5 now. GPT-5 fast. And what we're going to do is we're going to ask, take a look at the setup for the image generation. I want to figure out, is it possible to be able to prompt Google Gemini 2.5 Flash, the model that we're actually integrating with? Is it possible to basically pass in images inside of the initial prompt so that the AI can see what image or what kind of content we're trying to generate? So I'm asking this because I want to know, hey, are we able to pass in examples? Like, let's say that we built these templates, and let's say that we have a food template, and we want to create a template where users are going to be able to create social media content for food. Well, I want to be able to have that template, and most likely, I'm not just going to get there by doing a one-shot prompt. If I'm going to get there, it's going to be by carefully curating different examples and then being able to pass it into the template. J35 said, saw Elon claiming Grok 1 coder model to be better than Claude Sonnet 4. It's really fast though. Yeah, I was using that a little bit. One problem with the Grok 1 coder model is that it can't take in images. That's one issue. Gian said, in your honest opinion for vibe coding for so many days now, is GPT-5 High or Claude Sonnet 4 better? I would say that GPT-5 High is sometimes a little bit slow. Like we just changed to GPT-5 GPT-5 Fast is what we're using right now. And you guys can probably notice it's noticeably slower than Sonnet 4. That being said, the Sonnet models at this point are so expensive, and they have less robust tool use. So you can see here that just in this prompt, it's listed the image generation file. It's thought for 8 seconds. Looked into a couple of the other files related to image generation, thought for another 20 seconds, and then it searched the web to be able to actually take a look at the API interface. So you can see that gained some knowledge there, and then now it's planning its next move. So it does take longer. But here is where we have, if you guys remember, what we're trying to figure out is, can we pass in images in our initial prompt? So I reviewed your image generation service. You're already calling the Gemini model Gemini 2.5 Flash image preview, but you currently send only a plain text prompt. Answer, yes, Gemini 2.5 image preview supports multimodal prompts. You can include reference images alongside text to condition the generation. Okay, so John said, to be honest, I don't mind if it's slow as long as it's better than Sonnet Opus. Yeah, it's a good point. If you guys are watching, haven't already liked and subscribed, make sure you do so. We've been going up in subs lately. We in 1 month, we were able to double our subscriber count. We're getting up there. 1,675 subscribers isn't nothing, guys. So thank you. Appreciate all your support. So yeah, so to answer our question, it looks like you can pass in reference images to this model. Let's see if there's a limit on how many reference images we can pass in. Is there a limit to how many reference images we can pass in, or can we pass in multiple? Because basically what I'm picturing is with these templates, what we'll be able to do is, let's say we have a template, right? And what a template will be, it'll be admin managed, and we'll be able to set it up inside the database. And let's say you have in the database, you have a table that's just templates. It's a templates table. And then in this templates table, you have a column that's called prompt, where it holds the actual prompt that is used for that template. And then it also holds maybe a list of image URLs. And we can use an S3 bucket for that and just store the URLs. And essentially what you can do is, instead of having to prompt the model, instead we'll be able to essentially showcase what that template will give you. Like, we'll show, hey, this is what this template is able to create. It's able to create social media content that looks like this, and we'll show it right here. And then that model will already have the prompt and the image examples set up so that basically you can just click a button and you can create that content in bulk. So yes, you can pass in multiple reference images. Okay. So this is great. So the next thing that we're gonna need to set up is our database. So I have a really good database strategy, and what I wanna do is I wanna show it to you guys. So let's pull up the Bridgemind project again. And basically here is the database structure that I use. So I use Postgres, and it's a type ORM repo. And what you're able to do is, or it's a TypeScript repo, you're able to use type ORM. So what I want to show you guys is, let's see here. Can I copy? Let's see if I can just copy this. Copy. Let's see if I can paste this in. Paste. Okay, cool. Okay, so I just copied and pasted this database setup. But what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to strip this. So I just copied and pasted, but I don't want it to have the... I don't know. Did I just when you copy and paste it, does it hold the... I don't know. Please take a look at this. Okay, we don't want to use npm for this project. Type ORM. All right, so you basically have your migrations here. I'm just going to delete all this because we don't need any of these files. But I'm going to keep the migrations. You have a seeders. Have this set up. Okay, you have a couple scripts. Seed state, node, certs, builds. Okay. Let's take a look at this. I want to now set up the database for this project, and I want the database project to be structured the same as it is in a couple of my other projects. So what I did is I just copied and pasted the database setup from one project into this one, but we actually need to start from scratch. So please remove, like in the data source file, remove all the entities that are imported, and remove things in the project that relate to the Bridgemind database or that kind of structure. Please do a total rebuild to make sure that this is set up for View Creator instead of Bridgemind. All right. So I wanted basically the same database setup from another project, but I didn't want the setup to be the same. So database migrations. Up. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to set up a database, and the database is going to have this templates table in it. And on this page, what I want to make happen is I want to make it so that on the templates page, it's just going to be able to pull in all of our templates from the database, and the templates in the database are essentially going to have reference files. And the reference files are going to be the type of content that we actually want to generate using the model. So what we'll be able to do is at the click of a button, you'll be able to generate content that is the exact same as what's in the template. J35 said GPT-5 High and Opus for me have been really almost the same, but it's just Opus is really expensive. If I use Claude Code, it just hits the limit really fast. It's so true. Yeah, TechZone asked why using GPT-5 instead of 4.1 Opus. 4.1 Opus is too expensive. I mean, you have 2 prompts. You've already run up $10, you know? 2 prompts, $10. GPT-5 is a game changer because of the cost. I'm using GPT-5 High, not High, but just GPT-5 Fast. It's good enough for what we're doing. If you guys are watching and haven't already liked and subscribed, make sure you do so. We're up to 1,675 subs. Thanks, Noah. Thanks, J35. I'm not using ChatCN Tech. All right, after we get this set up, we're going to create an entities directory and an enums directory. Honestly, let me just do that here. Set up an index. Entities, enums, data source, stripped everything for now. J35, that's funny. All right, so that's done. This looks good. All right, so entities, we're gonna create just a very basic user entity. And then enums. Take a look at this. Help me now create a very basic setup and structure for entities and enums. I wanna get started simply with a user entity and a templates entity and nothing else. Make the user entity just very simple, with an email, password, setup, nothing else. And then for the templates should have a column called prompt. And this is where the text prompt will be and will go. And then there should also be, in connection with templates, something called image references. And what this will be is it will be a list of image URLs of images that we will pass in with the template. All right, let's create a data source, and then we need to create in the actual database. We need to go into pgadmin. Let's pull up pgadmin4 here. Bridgecoin. All right, so you go here and you open up your local. Shoot, hold up. Hold up. I have to run a script. All right, so user entity here, and then a templates entity. So the image references is going to be in JSONB. I want to use. I want all columns in the database to be snake case if they are 2 words. All right, Postgres. All right, pull up terminal here. Go. I think this should be fixed now. Yep. Been around the block a time or two. All right. New database, view creator. Save this. So now we have a new database called view creator. And then, let's see here. Looks like. What did we change? Oh, yeah, No, I did not do that right. Do this by, for example, setting a name in the entities. Think a second before you code this. For example, in the entity for template, it should have the name, and then the name should be image underscore references. All right. Oh, I just remembered sometimes not doing snake case makes things a little bit easier in the API. Maybe we don't want snake case. Let's try not using snake case. Usually I use snake case, and it can sometimes make the API get a little bit confused. Meme cached, just ask what app are you making. I'm making an app called View Creator right now. And View Creator, I'll go to the homepage just so you can kind of read a little bit. So you're going to be able to create viral social media content in seconds using AI. So it's going to be an AI platform. And right now we're setting up our database just to get kind of the MVP set up. But what this is going to be is you're going to be able to actually create social media content from templates. So our setup here in our database, we're setting up right now a template so that you're able to essentially create these templates where users will be able to come onto the platform and just by the click of a button create the type of social media content that they want. So this could be a TikTok reel. This could be a slideshow with hyper-realistic images of food. It could be just text. So things will be really interesting, and I think we'll actually make a lot of progress on it today. So 1 second, guys. I actually need to set up. Actually, I already have a .env set up. I just need to change a couple things. This, and then I need to change this to View Creator. All right, so I can actually show you this .env. There's nothing sensitive in it. So yeah, basically, to be able to have your setup with Postgres, you just have a PG host, PG port, PG user, PG password, PG database. And I just created the View Creator database in PG admin, which is essentially just the user interface for Postgres. So here's what it looks like. So you can see View Creator here. And then once we actually create the entities, they're imported into this data source file here. And this data source file is then able to create, like the actual migrations that you need without you having to actually write a bunch of SQL. So use this at Bright Choice and in a couple of past startups, and I really like using it. Please now import these entities into the data source file. All right. So once they're in data source, what happens is it imports these entities that we're setting up, and then you can run certain commands, the biggest one being npm run migration generate. And what it does is it actually takes a look at your entities, so it pulls in your entities, and then it takes in your database, and it looks at the differences and tries to find differences between the entities in the database, and then it writes a migration script using TypeScript. Amit said don't show env. I can show this env because there's no sensitive information in it, so it doesn't matter. There's no API keys or anything. But yeah, so let's run this. I'll show you guys how it works. So let's get the API back up and running, npm run dev, and then over here we're going to cd into database. And then what we can do is we can actually run npm run migration generate. And what this is going to do, like I said, it's going to prompt us to be able to name it. And this is a little configuration that I put onto it. So I usually just do like version 1. Version 1. It looks like we have an error here. What's the error? I don't know what the error is, but let's just copy and paste it into GPT-5. Look at the error and fix it. KB said, where are you deploying this? It's going to be on AWS. So I know a lot of you are returning visitors to the stream, but just to reiterate, I worked on a pretty serious startup environment for about 2 years. And in my last startup, I was pretty much the founding engineer, had to write 2 million lines of code in 6 months. Our team used a ton of AI, which caused me to kind of believe in AI a lot more. You know, there's people that say that vibe coding is like a joke and whatnot, but actually it's the future. I even get some people hating on me on YouTube sometimes, and it's kind of like funny because it's like, all right, like just give it like a year or two and let's see how it goes. But yeah, so what I was going with that is that I did a lot of DevOps when I was working that. And so I'm really good at DevOps. I do all the DevOps off stream because I don't want to really show a bunch of setups in there. Anas said, nice idea. Are AI models advanced enough to make this idea work? 100%. Well, honestly, in today's stream, in the next couple hours, you guys are going to be able to see it work because, AI is really just an extension of the programmer now. So, if you understand how the blend works between the programmer and then actually using AI to make your workflow much faster, then it's pretty good. Meme Cash said there are similar apps to this in the market, I guess, right? Saw a few people share similar apps on Twitter and Reddit. Yeah, well, this one's going to work, and we're going to create it in the next few hours. And really, one of the main purposes that we're creating this right now is actually for internal use. So a big reason that we're creating this is because we actually have a lot of products at Bridgemind that we need to manage the marketing campaigns for. And right now, I haven't found a great product that we're going to be able to use, so we're just going to build our own product. So here's generating migration. Let's see if that works. Meme Cash said this idea has a lot of potential if done right. Yeah, I agree. Dominage said, for sure, vibe coding has changed the world. It will enable the youth to build empires. Yeah. KB said EC2 or Amplify or something else. Yeah, so because we have a different architecture for some of these different things, obviously we're not. What is going on with this here? Looks like we have an issue in running migrations right now. But yeah, so the UIs I put up in Amplify because they're next. What am I doing? Hold up, guys. I gotta focus. Sorry. So for some reason, something got messed up. For some reason, when I am trying to run migrations, it doesn't work. It kind of just times out. What did you do? What did you update? This should work. Look at what's going wrong and try and fix it. J35 said, can I apply to Bridgemind Careers? He said, my job request got ignored, by the way. Do check FAL AI has good image gen. Yeah, I mean, I could perceive in due time that there's going to be some career openings at Bridgemind for engineers. I only am going to be hiring people that use AI to code. I'm not going to be hiring any classic programmers. So if you're interested in vibe coding and programming with AI, then just stay tuned, because once our projects start making money, we're going to need more programmers. All right. Amit said, currently I'm working on Chrome extension, Graph Analyzer. Any tips do you have? I've never personally worked on a Chrome extension before, so I do not have any tips. Sorry. Unscrewing My Life said, that's me. What do you mean? Complete vibe coding, vibe moderating, Claude code. All right, so we've had a couple of issues. I didn't think that we had a problem in our database. Let's see. Let's try refreshing here. Should be good. All right, should be good. We'll see. View creator database? What the heck? Oh, did I not run an npm install like an idiot? Nah, I shouldn't even need an npm install. Yeah, up to date. Version 1. Timeout again? KB, I've got the database in RDS. Unscreen My Life said, this is great to know that there are serious devs who believe in vibe coding. Yeah, I'm a hardcore vibe coding believer. It's gonna, you know, the whole vibe coding stigma is gonna go away. You're not gonna be able to program and compete without using AI in like a couple years. People are just getting used to it. Still not running. I don't know why that is. Let's see here. State. Why is this continuing to time out? I run my command npm run migration and it just says generating migration and never really does anything. Can you help me figure out why this is happening? All right, so let's change. We're going to change to Claude for Sonnet 1 million. So sometimes when I have a really hard problem, I just change to this 1 million model because it takes in way more context. It's expensive, but I don't know. It's worth it. Meme Cash said, how does the content sourcing work in this? I mean, how will the models or agents, that's what folks call them now, know consistently the content has viral potential? Most apps fail there. Yep. So that's a great point. Great question. So what we're going to do is we're going to create these templates, and we're going to start by initially working with custom templates. So essentially the templates that we're going to create today, because we're going to get this up and running in just a couple hours. Oh, looks like it was just testing. It said connection successful. So just tested to make sure that it wasn't the database that was the issue. But yeah, so we're going to create these templates, and the templates are going to be made by human beings, right? So what we're going to do is right now we're setting up our database, and the reason that we're setting up a database is because we're going to set up an Amazon S3 bucket, and we're going to set up. All right, so manually created. It just wants to make sure that this is working. If you guys are watching, haven't already liked and subscribed, make sure you do so. Also, be active in chat. I like, oh, there's a lag. Everything good, guys? Can you hear me? Yeah, it looks like we just had a couple issues with the stream. All right, lag is gone. All right, so I think that it's possible that this error is related to something with our just our migrations running. I think I've got too much going on my computer, guys. Alright, so let's stop this. So it created our own migration. So it's cd database, and then let's run the migration. npm run migration run. And the migration is not running. So there's something that's just off about this. So what we're gonna do is we're actually just gonna delete this. We're gonna pass this in. I was having issues with that database directory for some reason. I just deleted it. And what I want you to do now is I actually want you to rebuild it from scratch. So the database directory should be called View Creator Database, and it should reside in the same directory as View Creator API and View Creator UI reside in. Please rebuild it from scratch and help me get it to the point where it's actually working again. Don't worry about like GitHub workflows or anything yet. Just focus in on actually getting it working and set up. It's kind of frustrating, because it was essentially, hold up guys. So I want to create our own meme cache said, okay, lag is gone. I mean, I would love to pay or test this for my channel if it actually works. I have tried few, but none of them worked. The most viral video on my channel was just a random meme. Yeah, I think that, you know, I was saying this at the start of the video. I don't know if you guys were here for that, but, you know, basically, the content generators for video and for both video and image are getting a lot better. And I think that it's about time that, you know, something was created for this. All right, I'm just gonna reset this. Reset. Okay. So I'm gonna pass this in. Take a look at this example database repo. Right now, I use this database repo for my project Bridgemind, and I really like the way that it's structured and set up, but this project is set up for Bridgemind. And right now, I actually need to create a new project that is similar to the database project that you see here, that is called View Creator Database. And this database directory should operate similar to the way that the database directory works that I'm showing you here, but it shouldn't use npm.js. Don't worry about any GitHub workflows. Just set it up and structure it the same as the database, but please structure it for view creators. There should be a local entities file and a local enums file instead of importing from an npm package. Please just get started by creating two entities, one being a user entity with basic email and password columns, and then a templates entity with a ID column, a prompt column that is text, and then a reference images, which is a JSONB column. Okay, we're just gonna pass this in. I'm gonna shut both of these down, and then we're gonna use GPT-5 iFast, turn on max. And then I'll make sure. Make sure that you create the View Creator Database at the root of the View Creator directory. All right, so I'm gonna pass this in. This is gonna be a complex. We're just having issues with running the migrations for some reason. So I wanted to stop that. Anas said, I just discovered the stream. Did you vibe code the UI too? Did you start from scratch, or you fed a template to AI? Started from scratch on Thursday. So this is a very new project. You guys are kind of here at the beginning. But yeah, we're gonna be going for a couple hours today. So let me know if you have any questions, and if you haven't already, make sure you like and subscribe. All right, so we got a data source. Free PLO project said, what are the main tools you are using? I'm assuming that you mean for vibe coding. So the main tools I'm using is Cursor. Cursor is the #1 AI-powered IDE on the market right now. It competes with GitHub, Claude Code, and the likes. Cursor is by far the best in my opinion. It was one of the first ones that came out of the market, one of the first to really perfect their agent feature, and I've been using it. Just a fun fact about me, I don't know if you guys, if I've mentioned this before on stream, but so I was a programmer long before ChatGPT really came out, and when I initially saw ChatGPT, I knew for a fact that it was going to totally disrupt software engineering, because essentially you had this very complex, heady task, right? Like computer programming is no joke. You have to be very, very vigilant. You have to be very, very smart to be a computer programmer. But essentially what I thought that AI was going to do is I thought that it was going to basically like take it down a notch to where you wouldn't have to know as much syntax, if that makes sense. So I was like, well, here's this thing, and in my opinion, this thing is going to make it a lot easier for people that have a slightly lower intelligence level to do a lot more work. And that's exactly what it's done. Every time that's continued to get better and better. It's making coding with AI the future. It is the future. On Monday, we are releasing our Bridgemind AI Academy, where you're going to be able to learn how to code with AI to the public. So I'm really excited about that. It's going to be another revenue driver for us. But honestly, like I'm trying to do my best just to teach you guys for free also on this channel. So if you haven't already liked and subscribed, make sure you do so. I think you're gonna be able to learn a lot. We're getting close to 1,700 subscribers, and the channel is just growing super rapidly. But yeah, support the channel, guys. This is gonna be a really interesting project. We're gonna make a lot of progress on it today, so. All right, where's it creating this though? That's the question. Desktop view creator database. All right, so here's view creator database, which is currently on Stream My Life. Said thanks, appreciate that, bro. Meme Cash said, saw a tweet that said AI didn't replace developers, it replaced the illusion that knowing syntax made you one. Can't agree more. Yeah, it's very well said. Yeah. Just like much more granular concepts will get you a lot further now. All right, so right now we're in View Creator Database. We're setting up our database directory, and the main goal that we're gonna focus in on today is we already have this generator set up, right? In this generator, you're actually able to prompt and create images and videos using our little image generator here. But the reason that we were doing that was simply so that we could actually test for what the main purpose of View Creator is gonna be. And the main purpose is to make it as simple as possible for you to create viral social media content in seconds. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna create a templates. So templates is going to be the main product, essentially, where with templates, what we're going to be able to do, and right now we're going to be mainly using this for internal purposes to market some of our other products like GoalPost and then the Bridgemind AI Academy. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to be creating these templates that have a prompt, that have reference images, where just by the click of a button, you can create that content type with what you need. So here we have, let's take this. So it has enums, migrations, nope, yep, data source directory, looks good. Okay. Let's go in here now, cd into view creator database, npm install, run npm install real quick, may get some errors. All right, let's see here. End screen my life said, I need to build an app that works. I am injured and can't work, so I have to make something happen. Glad vibe coding is beginner friendly, very beginner friendly. Dell operator said, hi, how are you? What's up? How are you? Meme Cash said, have you secured the domain yet? People might poach it. We already have a domain, viewcreator.ai. Bought it, it's $230. Dell operator said, are you reading chat? Yes, yep. Yeah, I try and read chat when I'm not like locked in on something, but sometimes, sorry if I'm not super responsive. I'm like, working. I'm working here, so. All right, so the next thing we need to do is we need to create a .env file here. So let's create our .env. Give me 1 second, I'm gonna pull up another project. Go to my terminal here, cursor. Pull up this. Oh, actually it's here. Hold up. So actually, I can show you guys this .env just so you can see what it looks like. There's nothing sensitive here. But yeah, so change my Postgres database name to view creator. Change this pgadmin 4. You can see that I have a view creator database in pgadmin 4 locally. So now let's see if we can run npm run migration generate, and let's see if it has issues. There we go. Okay, so that's what we needed. I thought that there may have just been issues since we basically just copied and pasted a couple things. So when you run npm migration generate, what happens is if you go into this migrations file, what you'll see is that you essentially create that migration just using TypeScript, and you can actually migrate up and migrate down so that you can roll back and manage migrations. It's something that I learned when I was working at Bright Choice. All right, so here. All right, so here that is working. Now I want to move that database directory back over just because I don't want it in this directory, so I just remove that. And now basically what you can do, I wish pgadmin had like a dark mode, but it doesn't. I'm sorry, guys, if your eyes are getting blinded. So now we can refresh this, and what you're able to do, actually I think you have to refresh it at the database level. Refresh this. So you guys can see it. There's this inside your schemas, you have tables, and right now there's no tables, right? But now what we can do is we can just run npm run migration run, and it runs that script. And now if we refresh, what we'll see is that there are gonna be 3 tables in here. There's gonna be a migrations table, there's gonna be a templates table, and there's gonna be a users table. So we have our password. All right, cool. So our templates table has an ID, prompt, images, which is a JSON B column, and then created at, updated at. I'm gonna use the bathroom real quick, guys, but if you guys haven't already, make sure you like and subscribe. We're gonna be going for a couple more hours, so let's lock in. Let's go. All right, I'm back. Thanks, Dell operator. We vibing. All right, so I'm kind of like chilling right now. I'm gonna eat a little snack here because we're about to do some crazy shit. So put your seatbelts on, guys, because this is about to be crazy. I know exactly what we need to do, and there's no better feeling than that. All right. All right. So, all right, the next thing we got to do, we got to set up an S3 bucket. So we got to pull up AWS, and I need to set this bucket up real quick. And what the bucket's going to do is it's just going to be a public bucket that we're going to use to store images from templates. And then essentially when users use templates, it's going to pass in the prompt, it's going to pass in the images that are in that reference images column. It's going to be fire. All right. All right, I'm locked in for a second, guys. Give me 1 second. So I'm gonna do new bucket. Create view creator. Public bucket. All right. All right, got a pretty simple S3 bucket set up here. Meme cache, I'm not using the SDK by Vercel. J35 said, how about allow users to create templates like they upload a viral post they like as a template, they can choose to make it public. Yep, that's a great idea, and that's where my mind was thinking. But for now, let's just for MVP's sake, let's just focus in on getting this to work. So we need to create one template that we can, it doesn't matter how we create it. We create it in the database for all I care. But we need to create one template and then get to the point where we can just click a button and it's able to generate the content. That's what we need to do. So let's lock in on that for a bit. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna open up the API and we're gonna pull in the modules and we're gonna drop that in. And in the API, I also am going to create a new entities directory. And I'm gonna create an enums directory. And actually, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm not gonna do that. And this is terrible best practice. Really what you should do is you should have a NPM package or a GitHub package where you're able to import these things, but just for MVP's sake, let's just copy enums and paste them inside source. And then let's copy entities and paste them in source so they're exact same. And then I believe we're gonna have to install anything. Let's see, yeah, type R. Fix it, chat. All right. See you, Dell operator. Why not Python for backend? I don't really like Python. I like TypeScript. I like Node. All right. How'd that like one downside of AI? I do want entities in the API. Please install the dependency in the API. All right. I mean, this is so dumb. Cash, you like Python? Different strokes for different folks. Nothing wrong with it. Get Type-ORM installed. Well, Matir just said, do you prefer light mode or dark mode for your Mac OS? I prefer light mode, but subscribers prefer dark mode. I've learned from my mistakes when I got like 4 comments on my last video about why I was using light mode. All right, so that's good. Got that installed. Let's make sure that this checks out. Got a user role, perfect. All right, cool. So next thing that we want to do is we just want to create an API route, and the API route, I want it to be able to have this new module called templates. Create a new module for both users and templates that has the following functionality. In the users module, there should be a sign up route and a sign in route. For authentication purposes, please use best practice security using JWTs. Also in the templates route, I want there to be functionality to be able to create a new template. And I also want there to be functionality to be able to actually fetch all the templates and display them in the database. This means fetching their name, fetching their prompts to be able to display, and fetching their images to be able to display. One thing that I think we missed out on is we actually don't have a name for templates, but that's all right. Fetching their name. I don't think we can add this. Add this later. All right, let's build the API routes for this. Not super worried about J35 cracking me up. Memecash said actually Python, because fast API for backend, and Next.js plus TypeScript for frontend have worked pretty good so far. But yeah, it all comes down to personal preference as well. Yeah, I've used a ton of TypeScript, so I usually just like to stay there. Unscrewing my life said I'm going to watch some of your other videos to catch up. Cool, man. It's been a journey. The journey's not over yet. Journey's actually just starting. passport, good. I'm going to do a couple things with API environment variables in a second, but we'll wait it out for now. We'll see what variables we need. But I'm envisioning that we can just do a simple image file upload using like Multer or something like that. And then what we'll do is, I mean, we don't even need to really create a root to be able to create a template yet. We can do that for sure. But not a requirement right now. It's kind of interesting because for about like the past 45 minutes, all we've been doing is doing like project setup, but we're inching closer and closer to the point where we're going to be able to do a lot of testing here. So it's going to be interesting. JWT strategy, perfect. JWT auth guard. So if you guys aren't familiar with Nest.js, you have strategies, you have guards, and what's great is that with things like guards, right, you'll have an API route, and by using a decorator, let's say you just have like an auth decorator, you can essentially just put this decorator in front of an API route, and to be able to get to that controller, you have to get through that guard. So you can put auth routes, auth guards on stuff. It's really nice. So that JWT auth guard is that. So if you're not authenticated, you're not gonna be able to access certain routes. Memecache asks, what are your thoughts on apps like Lovable, Bolt, and Base44? Do you think you will ever be able to build apps like these in the current state? Have you used any? So yeah, so I haven't used Lovable, Bolt, or Base44 yet. You know, I think that's kind of like the next layer of AI, is that right now you have tools like Cursor where they allow a programmer to program like way more productively. You have you know, GitHub Copilot. You can be way more productive, and then you have essentially this other layer, which is essentially like no code. Like I don't want to even see any code, you know. And that really probably is the next layer of AI. Is this layer? But we'll see. You know, I think it'll be interesting to see how things play out. I would perceive that like 20 years from now that you'll just be able to use like a user interface to build websites and apps and stuff, and prompt respectively and stuff. You may not have to code a bunch. You may never even have to look at the code, which is what I expect to happen. So it'll be interesting for sure. All right, so in our auth module here, we have a nice couple things. All right. Users, so you have controller here, sign up and sign in. So that looks good on the back end. All right, let's go over to not our database. Let's open up View Creator UI now. And how I have this structured is we have a services directory where we have an API endpoints and a base service and some other service files for each respective feature. And what we're going to do is we're now going to show it to this. Oops. All right, looks like we have to upgrade for Cursor Pro. They got me, guys. Basic. All right, hold up. All right, Whisper Flow, $15 a month, new expense. Yes, I want to subscribe, obviously. Take my money, please. All right, we have upgraded to Whisper Flow Pro. All right, please now take a look at the API endpoints and services directory. I need you now to update the API endpoints and create new service files to integrate with the new sign in, sign up, and template related routes. Base 44 had a $10,000 vibe coding competition. It's the next layer, guys. Next layer of AI. Indiana Drones says, my Whisper Flow stats are insane. It says top 1%. How can you even see that? Top 1%. It is crazy. Like, the Whisper Flow is such a big upgrade because, like, I'll just show you guys what it looks like. So it literally will hold your conversation memories here, like recent activity. You'll hold all this, and you know, I type at about, I think like 80 or I think I type 90 words per minute, and with Whisper Flow, you know, I speak at 160. So, you know, doing math, I'm like, you know, 80 to 100% faster now that I use this. I'm not going to want to use local storage, but it's fine for now. Okay. Great work. Please now create a new sign in and sign up page respectively. Add it to routes for signing in and signing up. All right, let's get sign in, sign up routes created. Indiana Drones said you're at 153. That's so funny. Words per minute. This song's fire. If you guys haven't already liked and subscribed, make sure you do so. Channel's been blowing up lately. I have full confidence that by the end of the year, we'll be able to get up to maybe like 10,000 subscribers. I think by the end of 2025 is what I'm projecting. We'll be at 10,000, and then end of 2026, 100,000, 2028, a million. It's gonna take about 2 years to get a million. I'm just getting started out, so make sure you guys like and subscribe. All right, get started. No. Update the nav bar so that the sign in button goes to the sign in page and the get started button goes to the sign up page. Why is this song so fire? There we go. Whoa! Fix this. Alright guys, check this out. We're getting close to 1,700 subs. Getting close. 14 away. I think we'll hit it in this stream. If you haven't already subscribed, make sure you sub. That looks terrible. Take a look at the styling of the sign-up page. Please make it 100 VH and make it actually modern with some nice gradients and modern styling instead of just this slop. Also, no footer on this page, or don't use the website layout either. I want this just to be a nice centered sign-up page. All right. Meme Cash said that the Next.js error page is going to give him PTSD for sure in the future. Yeah. Me too, man. See you, J35. Thanks for hanging. I'll check out your DM. I haven't checked it out yet since I've been streaming, but I'll check it out for sure and respond once I'm off stream. Meme Cash, thank you, bro. Said that he got so involved in chat, forgot to like and sub. Appreciate it. We're up to, yeah, 1,688. Thank you, guys. Zuhaib, welcome back. All right. Riser Animations said, is it possible to integrate payment systems like PayPal by vibe coding? Yeah, easily. Easily. Whoa. Hold up. Come on, I already upgraded. Alright, hold up. Let's force quit Whisperflow for a second. Zuhaib said, how's the app doing? It's good. It's on the App Store, on the Google Play Store. Right now, we're working on a new project called View Creator, and we're going to use this kind of in tangent with all the other products that we have. Take a look at, what was I doing again? Oh. The errors and fix them. Manthem asks, how did you earn those $51? Through our website, Bridgemind.ai, and through GoalPost, our app that's live on the iOS and Google Play Store. Obviously. I just figured out why our database is not connecting. It's because we do not have the environment variables set yet. So let me fix that real quick, guys. Rookie mistake, folks. Rookie mistake. Alright, should be good. Let's test this now. Alright. We're gonna start. Dev. There we go. You know how it be. You know how it be. Sometimes you be making simple mistakes. All right, there we go. Cool. please take a look at the routes for signing in, signing up, and make sure that you actually add in the logger for it so that I can actually see some stuff happen in the console. I want to make sure that I'm logging stuff using the logger. Also, make sure that passwords and any sensitive information is redacted. So here, if we go to our API, we have common, then we have a logger somewhere in here. Yeah, logger config, logger module, custom logger, HTTP logger, and then we have our users, and then our templates. Just paste it in there. Russell Blight asked, how long are you shooting for? A couple more hours. Mantham asked, are you and Tom Holland twin brothers? 75% matched. I know, man. That's what all the ladies say. Like, oh my gosh, you look so much like Tom Holland. Has anybody ever said that before? I'm like, yeah, all the basic females tell me that. Just kidding. Like, oh my gosh. You look like Tom Holland. I don't know if the music is kind of lagging for you guys. It's lagging for me. It may just be my headphones. All right, so get started. I think we have, let's just make sure that root works. So if we go in here, pull up users. All right, cool. So that user was created. Update the sign-in page to be styled similarly to the sign-up page. Also, on both the sign-up and sign-in pages, please add a nice loading effect. If you guys are watching and haven't already liked and subscribed, make sure you do that. We're on day 21, vibe coding an app until I make $1 million. So far, we've made $51. It's been a tough grind, but things are really picking up. You know, just all the content has been picking up. The projects that we've been working on, we've had a lot of success lately with getting GoalPost on the iOS and Google Play Store. We're having a lot of success with the Bridgemind Vibe Coding Academy that's going live on Monday to non-beta testers. And I'm just really excited about the future, honestly. Things are looking up. So make sure you join the community. We also have a Discord server. If you guys are interested in Discord, there's a Discord link in the description where we have a pretty good community that's kind of vibe coding oriented. Anas, the blend of projects, GoalPost and Bridgemind, so far have made up the revenue. More so Bridgemind than GoalPost. But this revenue is chump change. Soon it's going to be in the thousands. Alright, cool. So now I should be able to log in, contact at readmind.com.ai, and then alright, cool. So now let's take a look at the templates page. Please build a route for users to actually be able to create new templates. There should be an integration with AWS so that they can actually upload the images. This is decently complex, but please make sure that you build functionality for them to be able to do the image uploads for that images JSON B column. Also, help me think about how to integrate this on the front end and build all of this at once, build the route to be able to create a new template with the image uploads, and then build the front end integration all at once. And then at the end, please give me the environment variables that I'll need to put in my .env file to be able to connect to the S3 bucket respectively in AWS. All right, cool. All right, go down here. Create a new create template page. Also, the templates page should actually be rendering and fetching in templates from the database instead of displaying placeholders. All right, so now we go Redux services. All right. Should be good. All right, so chat. Russell Blight said that he's working on an app in Replit. What's the best way to make it into an Android iOS app? I've actually personally never used Replit. I've heard that it's getting a little bit more popular, but I have not used it. I'm more of a cursor guy. So I think, like I was saying earlier, that Replit, Base 44, Bolt, this is kind of the next layer of AI where there literally is no coding. I don't know if it's there yet necessarily. You guys can let me know what you think of it. I haven't used it myself. But yeah, React Native is definitely the way to go. Jahan Sayum, what's up? How are you? Somebody in chat said, okay, so I learned C and the basics of Java, JavaScript, and HTML like 4 years ago and have not touched coding ever since. Should I start learning coding again as now I have my own laptop? Yeah, I mean, now coding is a lot less about syntax and like a ton of experience, like reading textbooks and writing code. Now AI does most of the brunt work, and you can get a lot better and build stuff much faster. Meme, I'm currently finishing my college degree and doing this. When I was in college, I actually dropped out to do a startup called Bright Choice, and it was an online mental health platform. Pretty legit, pretty serious. I had to write 6 million lines of code, or I had to write 2 million lines of code in 6 months. It was your generic startup experience, grinding 90 hours a week, programming all the time. And I ended up deciding that I wanted to go back to school and finish my degree after that venture ended. So I had like a couple credit hours left. So right now I'm just finishing off my credit hours and doing this full time. But yeah, don't go to college. It's worthless. Would not recommend. I got in too deep. All right, Jahan just asked, is your study background in computer science and engineering? My study background is in finance and business. I'm a finance bro. But the thing is that, you aren't what you study. You aren't what you majored in college. how are you supposed to make a decision about what you want to do with your life at 17, 18 years old and then stick with that for the rest of your life? When I was in college, that's where I taught myself how to program. You don't need to go to college to learn how to program. You can teach yourself how to program, especially in today's world where you don't even really need school to learn. You can just use the internet and AI to teach you. But yeah, I've been programming for about 6 years now. If you guys are watching and haven't already liked and subscribed, make sure you do so. We're running up. Just hit 1,690 subscribers. Looks like we're gonna make it to 1,700 during the stream. We are 9 away from 1,700. So thank you for everybody that's liked and subscribed. Really supportive and helps out the channel. We're gonna be at 1 million before you know it. All right, let's see what, all right, so we need these. Secret. All right, give me 1 second, guys. I'm gonna put all this in here. I would love to show you all my my environment variables, but fortunately, they're just gonna be private now. I'm gatekeeping, I know. I don't want to use AWS CloudFront for now. Please remove it from the code. Also, give me an example of what the JWT expires in value needs to look like. All right. Give me 1 second, guys. Sorry, I gotta get these keys set up correctly. All right, I think we're good. All right, let's test this out. All right, should be able to set this up now. So if I go to templates, create template, looks like we got this set up. I'm gonna use the bathroom real quick, guys. If you haven't already, make sure you like and subscribe. We're about to start actually testing this. We've been working on this for like an hour and we're about to start testing, but I really need to use the bathroom. So I'll be right back. All right, sorry, I just had to take a vibe piss. What's good? We're back. All right, so describe your templates. Let's just do a test template. See if we can this. Create template, failed. No logs. I'm assuming we have like some type of CORS error or something. 301. Let's pull up network. Create. Take a look at the error that I got when I tried to create a template. The main reason that I'm getting this is that right now our auth system isn't properly set up. Right now we're using like local storage and like a not very secure authentication system. I actually want to change this to use best practices using secure cookies. Please help me get this working so that when I log in or sign up, that a cookie is set in and sent back to the user's browser that can be used in subsequent requests, and we remove the need to use local storage or anything unsecure like that. So please set up cookies respectively with best practices and help me get this working correctly. And make sure that this new JBT auth guard will be able to actually use this new secure cookie method instead of using that local storage garbage. Local storage garbage. Come on. I'm spitting facts here, guys. If you guys are watching, haven't already liked and subscribed, we're going up. We're going to 1 million subscribers. Right now we are at 1,692. We're at 1,692 subscribers. If you guys haven't already liked and subscribed, make sure you do so. We are on the way to 1,700 here shortly. It's going to be a big deal when we hit that. We're going to hit it here soon on stream. So let's get it. Meme Cash said that you have the perfect combo of finance and tech for that. Yeah, I'm basically a finance and a tech bro. I don't know what it does to a human being, but those a decent match, I think. Meme Cash just asked, what design patterns are you following? So we've got a Tailwind config file, and once you create that Tailwind config, you can make a lot of changes and go based off that. But right now I'm just kind of winging it since, it's an MVP. We want to build working features that, we want to build the actual product. We don't want to worry too much about styling. Champ, I would just use Champ. You're asking basically what should you build. I think the most important thing to do when you're building anything is to just build something that excites you. Build something that you find interesting, and everything will sort itself out. If you just go based off of those principles, it's like, hey, you're not going to get very far if you work on like a project that you're not passionate about, right? So what you really have to do is you just have to work on something that you're passionate about, and everything else will solve itself. You'll get better at programming. You'll get better at, understanding how hard it is to do certain things. You'll understand the flow of project creation, but that's totally the most important part. Is you just have to do something that you yourself find interesting and that you want to do. Doesn't matter what anybody else says. All right. CORS origin. All right, hold up. Sorry, I had to edit some environment variables. All right, so now if I go log in, just go here, create a new account. This time we'll do support Bridgemind, create account, create template, pass in a little screenshot here. Come on. All right, is it same error? Is it still 401? CORS error. Oh, the CORS error, I know where that's coming from. That's coming from the actual S3 bucket. So what this is the CORS error isn't at the, it's not at the, I don't think, at least I don't think it's at the project level. I think what's going on is even if you have a public bucket in AWS, you actually need to update the CORS configurations on it so that it actually lets in the, requests from different places. So I think here we're gonna have to enable, just for testing purposes, we're gonna enable localhost on the port that we're using. So you go to I'm pretty sure that these CORS errors are related to our S3 bucket setup. I have this S3 bucket that's a public bucket, but I haven't configured anything related to CORS for it. What do I do? I just want to make sure I know where to go. Right now, I want to make it possible for the local host to access this bucket just for testing purposes, but please give me the JSON to input into this S3 bucket in AWS. Boom, let's go. Nothing will stop us, guys. Yeah, Memcache, there is a CORS middleware, but this CORS error is not on the application side, like the code side. It's actually in the S3 bucket. It's S3 related, so. Memcache said that TikTok song was made for you. I'm looking for a man in finance, 6'5", blue eyes. All right, so you go to all right, it's in permissions. All right, CORS, yep. All right, so this should work now. Let's give it just a second. All right, let's see here, create. Boom, let's go. Sometimes I be seeing errors and I just know exactly what the problem is. Shit, man. Guess this stuff does pay off. All right. When templates are displayed, it should show the images in kind of like a carousel in the template card. Please create a new component called template card in our UI and make it super modern and include and display the images that are in that JSON-B. Just unstoppable. Noah Stumler said tech bro, fintech bro. Do girls want dev god? I don't know. I don't know. All right, let's go. All right, guys, hold up. We need to switch up the vibe for a second. We need to change up the vibe. Emergency vibe. All right, hold up. Hold up, hold up, hold up. Hold up, guys. We definitely need to change up the vibe. I'm using GPT-5 High because it's cheaper and better than Opus 4.1. Fix this. We're about to really start vibing, guys. Look at this. We are 3 subs away from 1,700. We got to get there. If you haven't, like, you guys can share the channel. You can literally just share the stream with friends and say, yo, tune in. If we're going to go viral, I need your guys' help, man. Let's go. All right. All right, so this is not rendering. Why is the image not rendering? Let's go, guys. Hold up. Sound warning. I'm going to turn off the music a little bit. Hey! Let's go! Let's go! Yo, by the way, we build shit too. Alright, for some reason this isn't going in. Here it is. What's happening right now? Why is this failing? Oh, obviously it's here. All right, so we have to put this in the bucket policy. All right, bucket policy. Bucket policy. All right, so like pause. The uploaded objects are private. Your put succeeded. All right, people are playing with the sub count now. I gotta take it off, or else everybody will unsub. All right, if you guys were joking around, resub. We got to get back to 1,700. All right, I'll put it back on the lo-fi. We're chilling now. Thanks, guys, for help me hit 1,700. Pretty cool. Come a long way. A lot further to go, though. We're not even like getting started, guys. All we're doing is going up. All right, so what we have to do is, so the likely cause is the uploaded objects are private. Your put succeed with a pre-signed URL, but without a bucket policy or accept ACL. Bucket policy. Wait, hold up. Note that the bucket name is view creator -public. Please output the correct bucket policy. All right. We're going to change this eventually, but for now, just for testing, got to get it to work. All right, cool. All right, save the changes. Now let's go back here, see if it loads in. Does not. Oh, I think I may need to. Come on. All right, let's do a network check, and it's this right here. I updated the bucket policy to what you gave me and am still getting this error where it's not showing. Here's the log that I see in the network dev tools. What's causing this? Meme Cash said, sharing your stream in the tech friends group. Hopefully a few more folks can tune in. Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, I think like what really makes content creators go viral is sharing. It's like you can't really, like the only way that you can actually like get to the top and go viral is if you integrate that sharing, if people are sharing with their friends. All right, so the 403 is from S3, not cores. Image load. All right. Oh, well, I don't actually see any, I don't see any items in our bucket, guys. So I think that's our main issue. Okay, I think I know the issue. Sorry, I'm doing like a bunch of DevOps stuff, and the problem with DevOps stuff is I can't really share on screen a bunch of like my AWS related stuff just because it's sensitive. So apologies, but okay. See what we need to do, JSON. Okay. All right. I see what we have to do. Please add our, I don't even need AI for this. I can do it myself. All right, now I believe this should work. Create template, test, test, test. Choose files, this one, boom. There we go. There we go, let's go. my goodness. Jahan, what is the reason behind keeping your brand name Bridgemind? I don't know. It's the company that is going to run all these different things. Russell said, just shared it on a Discord group for you. Thank you, Russell. Much appreciated. Or a big thing, too, is like Reddit. If you guys are big like Redditors and have any Reddit subreddits that you are into, share the channel there. Super helpful. Okay. So now let's see what happens when we create. So let's click like create template again. So now let's start actually like kind of testing this. So let's go in. Let's see here. All right. So we have our template. I want to see first. Let's just see what happens when we do multiple files. This one. So 1. Do this one. 2. Create. And then that does not look right. I don't think it handled multiple uploads. Right. Let's see. Life is good, guys. Life is good. All right. Okay, templates. Okay. It isn't handling multiple uploads very well for uploading multiple images to a template. Please take a look at this and see how it's currently working. Right now, it's not working correctly. So please take a look at the functionality and update it so that it actually works, so that I can upload multiple images at once. Also, something to note, can we make the UI way better on creating a template page? Thank you. Memecast said you should also configure the super chat. Is that where like what you can like make money or something off of streaming, right? I think you need to get to like 4,000 watch hours to be able to configure that stuff, and right now I'm at like 1,500. All right. Okay, I like that better. If you guys notice, it like actually put the image. Make it easier for me to actually click X on one of these images to remove it from upload while I'm creating the template. Also, continue to make the templates, creating template screen way better. I don't love it right now. Please make it better. All right. Jahan said, what tech stack do you know? You look like you've got strong programming skills. The tech stack that I'm most used to is I use a lot of React, a lot of Node, and then I use a lot of Postgres. Memecast said revenue can come from different places. Super Chat is one of them. There's only one problem with Super Chat. YouTube takes the cut. Direct donos are much better. Yeah, right now the perspective that I have is that there's so many different variables happening with the different things that we're working on. And just kind of in life in general, there's a lot of different variables, right? It's like you kind of look, you're like, all right, there's a ton of different variables right now. How I'm kind of looking at this right now is like, let's just continue to do the next best thing when it's time to actually make the decisions. And, I think that if I continue to just spam, hey, what's the next best thing based on the current state of things, and just keep doing that, I feel like things will turn out okay. All right, so now we should be able to test this, test. Let's try our image uploads again. So now you guys can see that I added like a nice little X here. Let's try uploading both of these, and nice, literally perfect. Gave us a perfect little carousel. I don't love the UI right now, but it doesn't even matter. It doesn't matter. We're just trying to get to this point where we can test this. Okay. So when I click use template, what happens? Nothing happens. Make it so that a user can actually click on a template's page. When they click on a template's page, it should bring them into a page that allows them to just click a big button that says generate content. And when they click this button, it needs to integrate in with a new API route that you create that's specialized to be able to take in a template ID and be able to get the prompt and the images out of the templates table, and be able to prompt the AI with the prompt and the reference images to be able to then return AI-generated images from GPT 2.5 Flash from templates. Take a look at how the API currently is set up and how it's currently structured, and please think through what new API route we can create with what new service we can create to get this functionality fully working. All right. Now we got a pretty big chunk of functionality here. So we're just gonna pass in the entire API, honestly. Entire API and the entire UI. Pretty good. If you guys are watching, haven't already liked and subscribed, make sure you do so. We are up to, let's see how many subs we're at. We just broke 1,700, and right now, looks like we've made it. We've made it past the 1,700, 1,704. So we're climbing, guys. We are climbing. Thank you so much. View Creator is starting to look pretty good. All right, so now what we need to do is we need to go to TikTok. Hold up. I'm gonna pull up TikTok here. We're gonna get all right. So there is a good friend of mine, let's say my closest friend. He has a app that he's working on called Meal Vision. And Meal Vision is an app where you're able to take a picture of your fridge and then get recipes. So for example, you can literally take a picture of your fridge. It's not out yet. It's going to be out very, very soon. But what Meal Vision is you're able to take a picture of your fridge or your pantry, and it can actually create recipes. And it's coming out like next week. But the marketing strategy that he's taken, which is brilliant, is that he's posting. Whoa. Sorry, I didn't know that there was audio. Let me mute the audio. But basically, you know, there are pictures of just food, right? And believe it or not, he used AI to generate all these images. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a look at this content that he has here, and we're gonna turn this into a template. So we're gonna see if we can actually create a template, and then if we can prompt in the template to be able to create content similar to essentially what he's done here. So we're going to screenshot these, and then we're going to see if we can kind of recreate what he's done, because, for example, you know, this is his content style of how he's going to be marketing his app, right? So we want to turn that into a template where you're able to just click a button and you get essentially a post that you're able to do. So let's get to screenshotting. There's like this weird, is there a way for me to get the icon out? I guess there's not on this web version. All right, won't worry about it. I may do this on my phone, so I don't get those weird icons in the way. One second, I'm gonna basically go on my phone and do this. Oops. Hey, quick question, bro. Do you have those images that are like do you have them in Canva, so I don't have to screenshot them off of TikTok? Yeah. How about this? Could you send me the prompt, and then could you send me the images, and then I don't know if you've been watching, but basically we'll be able to put it in a template, and the template is going to be able to like literally just like create it. All right, bet. And then, yeah, I think just the images, you know, because basically how I set it up is you can reference them in like a template. So I was like, shoot. Okay. Yeah, just if you could, just like send me essentially like one that you posted on, like TikTok or something like that. Just because I don't want to screenshot them off of TikTok. Okay. Do you not have them like in? Do you not have them just like in like PNG format? All right, this is NS. This is a shout out to NS. The feature, bro. You were asking when the next feature was going to be. I'm not seeing the prompt in this HTML, but... All right, bet. Cool. All right, perfect, dude. We'll see if we can get this working, bro. All right, thank you, man. All right, see ya. All right, that was NS. NS is the creator of Meal Vision. So he's going to send us some of the, basically the content that he creates. And we're going to be able to pass this into a template, and we're going to see if we can recreate the content. All right. All right, so we got 8 images in this folder. Let's get this one. Not this one. Not this one. But yeah, so these 8. I just do a control and then open all. Okay, yeah. So here's one. Here's another. Here's another. Here's another. Here's another. Here's another. And then he essentially has the call to action at the end. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna see, hey, can we pass in reference images? Let's just go over to chat here. Let's do like 4 images, I feel like will be enough. You are an expert prompt engineer. if you wanted to have an AI recreate these images, tell me the exact prompt that you would give it in detail to be able to create images like these. For example, the prompt should describe that it's a hyper-realistic image, the text, where the text should go, and more information. But please look at these 4 images and then give me a super long, detailed prompt that will help me create the perfect images. All right, we're gonna have GPT-4o create prompts for us. Yeah, we're gonna use Nano. We are using Nano Banana. Meme Cache, we are. It shouldn't be a prompt for a specific type of food. It should be more so for the, for example, what you did is you wrote a prompt for each image. Instead, I wanted you to actually kind of categorize this and write images so that it basically prompted the AI to create different pictures of different types of food, not specific to one singular, prompt or food type, but more so like broad-based. Write a broad-based prompt. Check your messages. Oh, thank you. All right, here's the prompt that NS gave us. We're just gonna use his prompt. So the prompt that he gave us is a realistic homemade looking photo of lasagna with ground beef, tomato sauce, and mozzarella casually prepared and slightly perfected. Even though, okay, this is specific to lasagna. Yeah, we can swap out the food item. So here, one second, let's go over here. For example, but you can swap and randomize the food item. Okay. Pass that in. I'm 23, for any of you wondering. The text overlay is not optional. Also, don't give it a list of things to make. I just actually want it to choose for itself. All right. All right, so here's the prompt we have. You guys can pause the stream if you want to read it. I just want to get to testing. Also, if you guys haven't already subscribed, make sure you do so. We're up to 1,706 subscribers. Also, liking the video helps too, so appreciate you guys. Thank you. So let's go over here now and paste in our prompt, and then click Choose Files, and then let's just do a command, and let's drop in like 5 images. These 5 open up. So these 5 are going to go in, create the template. So here's like our first actual template. So we passed in a prompt, and then we passed in example images. So now we're getting to the point where we want to be able to actually use it. I don't think that this is going to work, but let's just click Generate Content. Generation failed. Invalid argument. I expected that. Take a look at what failed and help me get this working correctly. Also, I want to give the user the ability to create multiple images at once. In the generate content field, they should specify how many images they want. And these images are to be different images. Also, no, that's it. That's it. All right, so let's get this fixed. We're getting close here, guys. Docu AI Studios asks how old I am. I'm 23. All right, so it's going to allow us to specify how many images we want. All right, let's test it out. Number of images, let's do just one for now. Generating. All right. So here's what it came up with. Please make the template ID page more compact and more like an actual page on the website. It needs to kind of have like the UI of Canva, if you're familiar with that. Make it easy for me to be able to expand and collapse images that it shows. Also make it easy to download images. All right. So I wonder like, Docu AI Studios, join our Discord. There's a, if you guys haven't already, join the Discord. I'm pretty responsive on Discord DMs, so if you want to get a hold of me or work on something together, make sure you join the Discord. Meme Cache, this is Nano Banana. You got cornflakes. It's not really the exact same as the reference images. Makes me curious as to whether or not it actually had access to the reference images. Let's see if we can generate more than one image. Ask us to generate 3 images. Looks like I broke something. Looks like it's really liking the cornflakes idea. Is there something about cornflakes here? Cornflakes. Alright, so when I do 2 images, let's see what happens. If you guys are watching, haven't already liked and subscribed, make sure you do so. Right now, when I ask for more than 1 image, it basically gives me this result, AI result 1, and it's like not even an image, and it never returns 2 images to me. Think about this. Think about the best practice approach for generating multiple images from our API, and then actually build the functionality for it, because obviously right now it doesn't work. So think deeply about this and approach it with best practices and actually get it working. Chili flakes. You said there's flakes in the prompt? Make sure that you overemphasize to the AI in the prompt to actually make sure that it randomizes which image, which food it creates. Go straight to the database to edit this. I'm not gonna build any features to. Alright, so here in templates, go to all rows. What you guys can see is our prompt here in this column, paste that in. And then here's what the images look like. It's just a structured image. Alright. Said that it can create more than 1 image. Let's see. Nope. There's something that's still wrong when trying to generate more than 1 image. Take a look at the screenshot and what we're dealing with and try and find what's causing this bug. We may start a new conversation here, but I mean, pretty good progress today so far. Use this template. I don't think that, I feel like the error, if I'm thinking about it correctly, I feel like this error is going to be based in like the code instead of, like it's something wrong with the interaction that's happening between the image generator. All right, let's try generating one image and see if it solved our cornflakes issue. It's all right. All right, let's go for 2 images. J35 said he's back. How is it reading the template image? Maybe it should use read image MCP, so fetch the template from DB. Oh, there we go. 2 images, guys. And look at this, pancakes. Oh, look at this one. Oh. Holy shit. Oh my gosh. That is fire. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. Spelled this wrong, but that's all right. That is insane. All right, it misspells stuff, but did it spell everything right here? Blueberry, raspberry, pancakes with butter and syrup. Oh my gosh, that looks fire. That looks gas. Who else thinks this looks gas? Who's trying to munch right now? Buttermilk. J35, you said make some AI to bring it to life, please. What do you mean? What do you mean make some AI? Let's try again. Run it back, spin it back. Alright, here we go. Oatmeal with banana, blueberries, and honey. I gotta say the spelling is not that great. This I like. This is like the same. That looks good. Take a look at the backend functionality. Are you sure that it's passing in the images as a reference point? Right now, it seems to me like the AI is not being passed in the images correctly. help me understand how this works and take a look and make sure that it actually is and will pass in the images correctly to the AI. Please review and integrate the correct update to make sure that when users have reference images, it really should be hitting the reference images spot on. Even depending on the prompt, it should really take a look at the reference images and take them seriously. Also, there needs to be an emphasis on spelling all words correctly and making sure that its writing is always clear and concise. All right. So I can download this. Here it is. This one looks great. Think about this. Think about a day and age where, I don't know if you guys knew this, but there's like websites where you're able to post clips through APIs. So like if I want to post something on YouTube, I can literally post it like from like a website that's not YouTube. Or if I want to post something on TikTok, I can do so without actually having to be on TikTok. Or if I want to post something on X, I can do so without actually having to be on X. Like you can schedule posts from HubSpot, from Opus Clip, all these different things. And my point is that, I think that it's possible that you could build that interface directly into View Creator. Like you could make it so that you could connect to TikTok, to YouTube, to X, and people could authenticate with their account, and then they could literally create the content and ship it out just using like at the click of a button. How cool would that be? I don't know how difficult that would be, but just a thought. Meme Cash says that he's seen N8N automations doing the same things. Yeah, it's super interesting. I think marketing's changing as well, it looks like. All right. So it shows us how it's working. I just want to I just feel like the text should be like the exact same. Like based off the template type, you can see that, hey, the text is like this. Like you can see the font, it's like centered, Like, I feel like if it was referencing the images correctly, it would know to have white text. You know what I mean? All right, guys, we just hit the 3-hour mark for the stream. I've got a triathlon tomorrow that I need to start prepping for. It's tomorrow morning, so I want to make sure that I give myself enough time to do that and get that done. I'm doing a 1,500-meter swim, 25-mile bike ride, and a 6-mile run tomorrow morning, so it's going to be a pretty packed morning, so I'm going to prep for that, but we've made a ton of progress today. Thanks so much for tuning in. There's going to be a lot more to come. As you guys can tell, we've made a ton of progress.